Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Welcome to the start of a new series. We're going to call this one Every Click. We're going to do some quick tutorials, try and get you guys flying and having fun alongside with me. We're going to focus on a cold start today. You can see we're already starting up. We're going to click the battery on the right side panel and then move to the left. Click the APU on, click the engine wind up to the right engine. We're going to let that crank up. While that's cranking up, we're going to move all of our MFDs to daytime operation. We're going to turn the brightness all the way up on all of them, so we can see our instruments working. When that's done, we're going to make sure that right engine is all the way up above 25% RPM, and then we're going to flick the idle into engine idle. You're going to have that key bound either on your stick or somewhere on your keyboard. Once we hear that right engine turn all the way on, would be right about now, we're going to flick the engine crank to the left engine and start that engine as well. With the right engine running, we can now see all of our instruments lighting up. And we're going to move our attention to getting our navigation set up. We're going to move the radar switch to standby and the INS alignment switch to CV. CV stands for carrier. We're on the carrier today. We're going to select stored heading. The bottom MFD there, you can't see it because of the stick, I'm sorry, but stored heading allows the INS alignment to proceed far quicker than a normal alignment. Stored heading. We're going to let that do its work. In the meantime, we're going to move on to the FCS bit test. At the bit page on the right MFD, we're going to select FCS in the top left. We're going to hold Y on the keyboard, and at the same time as holding Y, we're going to press the FCS button again in the top left and the right MFD. That's going to perform the FCS bit test and move all of our control surfaces around. The jet is going to test itself. We're going to visually verify the jet is testing. And once we see go on the right MFD there under FCS bit, we know the jet is ready to fly. Once the bit test is done, we're going to press reset. The FCS reset button there. Just make sure all of our control surfaces are fully reset, and we're going to move on to aligning our HMD. Our HMD, or helmet mounted device, very useful for flying navigation as well as air-to-air combat. We're going to select the HMD support page, select align, and then we're going to align the T you see on your screen with the T that is in your aircraft's HUD. You're going to hold down page to align that, and then we're going to move to the affine alignment. You're using the TDC slew to move that roll into position. Once the positioning is correct, we can deselect align. The alignment is complete, and we can move on to the HMD bit test. We're going to go back to the bit screen, select display, and then press HMD. We will let the HMD play all of the images. Make sure you've seen each image once and it is functioning correctly, and then press stop in the top right of the right MFD. Press stop to stop the test. The HMD should read go. Alright, I hope you guys are keeping up because it's been a lot of work to get this far, but we're almost in the air here. We got a few more things to finish up. We're going to turn on our EWR, our early warning receiver. We're going to hear that powering on. We're going to move our dispenser to on. We're going to move the dispenser switch there up one tick. Then we're going to pull up the EW page. We're going to click the left MFD over to the EW page. We're going to see the ALE47 powering on. Once it says standby, we need to move it to a mode. Otherwise, it will not function, and you will not be able to launch flares or chaff. We need to move it to a mode, so we'll select the ALE47 and move it to manual 1 by pressing the mode button. That means our early warning receiver setup is complete. We only have a few things left, guys. We're going to move and look at the right MFD again at the bit screen just to see what we have left to do. And that's going to remind us that we still have a few things to take care of. You can see I'm resetting our FCS one more time here just to make sure. And I'm also setting our takeoff trim, holding the takeoff trim for 10 seconds. And we also need to set up all of our buttons here in the main button group, such as our IFF and our TACAN. So we're going to go through those. We're going to press IFF on, TACAN on, ILS on, data link on twice. Make sure you turn both sections of the data link on. You have to press DL and then on, and then DL and then on again. And we're going to turn the BC on as well, even though it is not functional. Once that's done, we're going to go back in and program all of those buttons. We'll program the TACAN and ILS to the correct numbers for this mission. IFF and DL, our data link, are already set. Then we're going to set our bingo fuel level. This is mission dependent. For this, I'm setting it to 6,000 just to hear the tone. And with that, we're nearly done. We only have a few clicks left here. We're going to visually verify our INS alignment is complete, and it is. We're going to move our anti-skid to off. We're going to move our flaps to full. We're going to once again verify our FCS controls are reset. And we're going to once again double check your takeoff trim. Make sure the takeoff trim is set. That has gotten me more than once. Once that's done, we are ready to move. We're going to salute to the ground crew, and we're playing with the SuperCarrier, so we have the very nice modeled ground crew that will give us clear directions on how to move through the carrier. When they wave you towards them, they want you to go forward. When they point you a direction, they want you to turn that way. Make sure you're using nose wheel steering high mode on the carrier as much as possible. High mode is engaged by holding down the disengage / nose wheel steering button. We're going to move ourselves into position on the catapult that they want us to launch on. You don't have to be perfect, guys. As you can see, I'm not perfect here. Just get your nose wheel close to that catapult, and they will hook you up. The AI will hook you up. Really nice visuals. We're going to pay attention to the commands we're being given. He wants us to unfold our wings. That's when he puts his arm straight out. We'll unfold our wings for us and make sure that they do so. Then he wants us to put our launch bar down when he moves his hand straight towards the ground, so we'll do that as well. Launch bar is down. And now we're just sitting back for a second, letting them finish hooking us up. They're hooking our front nose wheel into the catapult of the carrier. We're also doing one more double check of all of our systems, just making sure everything in our craft is good. Then he's giving us the signal to move forward, so we'll go ahead and pull the jet forward. We may have to give quite a bit of power to get it into the catapult seating itself. We hear Betty reminding us about our ejection seat. We're going to arm our seat because we forgot that as the last thing on the checklist. Now the crew have all stepped back, and the furthest crew member is giving the signal to go full power. Our craft is ready. We're going to go full throttle here and salute. And with that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed every click. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. And until next time.